when I walk out of this building, I'm on air. It's amazing. It really does me the world of good.
Actually seeing people smiling and happy and enjoying themselves and forming connections, and you get to read some lovely quotes of what the difference has made to the people who've taken part.
There was this engagement, there was this intellectual stimulation, cognitive involvement, which is so lacking in a lot of these programs. Fun. Everyone supported everyone else. And so when anyone made a little triumph, it was celebrated.
We get such good stories about people's health being much better than if they go to a pain clinic or not doing their physio. So it's much more exciting, it's much more fun, they're more likely to do it over and over and come back to a group and progress.
And imagine that you're washing your hands.
And I felt I have to thrive on it. I felt really excited doing it.
Been able to make some really lovely pieces of choreography.
Yeah, it's been fantastic, I would say, absolutely fantastic. And it has made I believe it has made my brain cells work faster, because when I go home I can solve all sorts of problems, I find, yeah.
Falling on Your Feet started as a seed of an idea, a pilot project around the role that dance can have to prevent the fear of falling and actually falling, as well as dance as a way of bringing people together, to move together, to make friends, have fun, use your body. And we'd been working in Arts for Health for quite a number of years, understanding the role arts can have on people's mental health and physical health.
When older adults, actually when anyone falls, they're going to change how they move immediately. So their gait becomes smaller, their steps become smaller, they hunker down closer to the ground, they don't use their arms. So the whole thing about dance is getting that expansion of movement. And that translates into functional activity. Because in someone's kitchen, they have to reach for a cup on an upper cupboard. They have to bend down to get something out of the oven. So there's all of these big movements that people instinctively stop doing, even if they've never actually fallen, but they're just frightened they might fall.
So when Falling on Your Feet was born, we tested it with some research. There was a flurry of people interested in it, older people over 65, to just come together, try something new, and create some amazing dance.
The programme itself was really well run in terms of the artists who were supporting the clients, because it was aimed at over 65s, particularly those with sort of limited physical strength and perhaps at risk of falling.
The approach to fall prevention has become so medicalized. Getting engagement for any extended period of time is really difficult because people get bored. I really took a keen interest and I wanted to help this program succeed. One of the things that is problematic is, I think, when it comes to funding, governments and councils tend to look at the arts as being pleasant frou-frou. And it's not. It has a real way of engaging people that is not medicalized. Doing something like this, if we can drive down admission or attendance at A&E, then yeah, the arts are sure worth our investment.
During lockdown especially, I found it quite beneficial to do the Zoom dancing. So you sort of look forward to, well, just seeing everybody on Zoom and just doing your bit dance in the living room.
But I benefited. I was prancing around my lounge, loved it.
And people deciding that, yeah, I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna get into technology. If I can make it work, I'm gonna ask for help.
So once a week, I would log in online and chat a little bit with Yuval, the dance instructor, first of all. Might do a little bit of just sort of messaging or emailing people or calling participants in advance and just checking that they were okay with everything, they had everything they needed, and then we could expect to see them. Do a mix of sort of joining in with the dancing online, which I quite enjoyed as well, but also just messaging in the background, and if I saw that somebody hadn't hadn't joined us that we were expecting, and give them a little call and just check that they were all right.
Being on Zoom did change my practice. I enjoyed it because we could be together. And then when I got the grant, the money from Helix to develop that practice further, it was a way of just encouraging people to come on board and maybe to alleviate any fears around technology.
The acceptance that there's a new way that nobody knew was there. Truly believe it, this has opened a lot of doors now because it enables a lot of different interactions.
So the model had to evolve over the years to work out. We've got a group of older people who are really active and they would love to keep going and they're organised and they've got self-motivation, whereas in other postcode areas they might not have that confidence, so they'd want to keep going in a different way, and that's sometimes where our community partner would encourage them, or our artists. So we realised there was a bit of a development programme that came out of Falling on Your Feet. So we train and develop whether it's the artist, whether it's the participants, the residents, or the community partner, in how do you plan for a dance project, how do you plan for the event at the end if you decide to share your work, how do you get the money for it? And that happens in a number of ways, but that kind of legacy is why now we see some of the groups that we did in 2016 and 17 that they're still running, and there's a lot of like local leadership and champions that have made that happen, and they've made it happen themselves.
For one, Helix have been really nurturing. I'm very respectful of my practice and enjoyed my practice, so that's always good. It's always a good feeling to be appreciated. And therefore I was able to gain more confidence and to grow my practice with our dancers here in this ensemble. And also my skills in terms of producing. So it's just been a joy to work with these wonderful dancers and develop choreography, see people grow. And my practice has therefore developed in many ways, really.
I think we need to look beyond what we normally do. We need to be able to say, how can we connect here? Rather than, oh, we don't connect in any way.
Falling on Your Feet has to continue in some shape or form, and we're going to work to influence local authorities so they understand the value that dance and the model that Falling on Your Feet brings to falls prevention, to social connectedness, to also understand the general mental health promotion that Falling on Your Feet in some of Helix Art's wider Arts for Health work can bring to people's lives in the North East region.